The seconders, we have Nakut.
It is true that in 2010 there was a successful disarmament and Karamoja enjoyed peace and security for about 10 years. That is a fact. I commend the UPDF for an excellent job. It is true that in 2018, government made a decision to withdraw forces from Karamoja, and it opened the window for criminal elements to come and take advantage of people who had already handed in their guns to government. It is true that during the disarmament exercise, the leadership of Karamoja persuaded the people of Karamoja to hand over their guns on the promise that government would protect them and their property. That was the promise, which was broken in 2018. When that promise got broken in 2018, insecurity started falling in. People started being killed. Animals, people lost property in 2019. We lost a number of peace actors in 2019 alone. These were people who were midwifing the peace process, negotiating between government and the people. So because of that broken commitment, the peace actors had to pay with their lives. During the elections of 2021, more than 50% of elected leaders in Karamoja lost their seats because the promise to protect the people had not been fulfilled. And so the people were holding their elected leaders responsible. They lost those seats on behalf of government. The loss, the magnitude of the insecurity in Karamoja is so huge. Right, Honorable Speaker, we have not been silent. You are aware that in this House, we have mentioned it either as an issue of urgent national importance or to support somebody else's motion. We have smuggled it every time possible. However, it hasn't received the attention it deserved. Perhaps because of the assumption that these are criminals, keep quiet. In 2021, when we had just gotten elected, we had a meeting that the CDF called in Moroto Division. Fortunately, he is here to witness. The CDF then is now an honorable member, the Honorable General David Muhozi. We explained to him the problem of the people of Karamoja and what needed to be done. We warned him that trivializing the conflicts in Karamoja, the insecurity that had trickled in, would affect the lives of many people. At that time, we had just lost 24 lives in Napak alone in 1 month. That was in February 2021. We warned him on trivializing the matter. That meeting restored hope to my heart because my honorable colleague knows how to communicate, and I was at peace that he was going to take action. Several other meetings followed that one. We had meetings with the High Command. We had meetings with His Excellency, and he gave guidelines on what needed to be done. Unfortunately, been done. That is the reason why it spilled over to the neighbors. I said, and I'll repeat again, the real fire is in Karamoja. The neighbors are seeing the smoke. For 3 solid years, we had hope. Hope. The reason you have not seen this motion coming from us, the MPs of Karamoja, is because we had hope in the several meetings with government officials. with several meetings with the people who are supposed to restore security to Karamoja. We had hope, and the hope they made that commitment that security and peace would be restored to the region. Now it has been lost. Many people have lost their lives. During the last State of the Nation address, through the permission of the speaker then, the members of the Karamoja parliamentary group left. We absconded the State of the Nation address and we went to the region to give our people hope that government was still Okay, absconding. Thank you. The English is a problem. The speaker gave us the permission to leave, even gave us transport. And we visited every district of Karamoja.
The only question I would ask the member, what was that promise that government failed to fulfill?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. It is important for this parliament to understand the issue in order to get the solution. The moment we don't understand it, we will get a wrong solution and the issue will recur even to the next government. It's important. Now, the promise that government made was, give us your guns. You don't need them for your protection. We will protect you. That promise has not been fulfilled. And that's why we are struggling with the issue again. In 2019, our people suffered raids from the neighboring countries. That was the first raid.
Neighboring countries, not neighboring districts.
Neighboring countries.
The Pokots, okay?
Yes. Our people suffered raids and they reported to the forces. And when they reported to the forces, recovery was not done. That happened, and they've done it again even recently. We've had villages being burnt in Karbong by the neighbors, and nothing goes on because these are neighbors who must be respected. So the injustice on Karamoja has continued because we have been trivializing it, thinking that it is a Karamoja thing, they will deal with it after all. The people in Karamoja are Ugandans. They are as important as all Ugandans are. I was saying, Right Honorable Speaker, before I sat, that by the time we wrote this report in July 2021, we had counted deaths 466. Now we are counting more than 3,000 in a period of less than a year. Because of inaction, people have lost life. Right Honorable Speaker, it baffles me and it really hurts because I am also a mother. Now in Karamoja, with the statistics from UBOS, more than 65% of households are aided by women. Their men are no more. So when you ask me about the street children, it is obvious there is not much we can do when we have a community that is subjected to that level of persecution and mistreatment. In terms of the number of livestock, we have counted more than 200,000. You can compute it in terms of money. If they were to rob your bank and rob that amount of money, the pain is so gross. It is way too much. We have seen...
Can you conclude?
All right, Right Honorable Speaker. What I demand of government are the issues included, the prayers which are captured in the motion. But most importantly, take an immediate effect to rescue the remaining people. The remaining lives must be saved with immediate effect. And the criminal now is really not tribal, as we think that it is cultural. The criminal elements that have been got so far are of different tribes and including the Karamojons. They are there, and they can be traced and treated as criminals without tribalizing and bundling up everybody in the region as a criminal. That's the reason why I supported this motion, because I knew that it's a motion that speaks for all of us as a people of Uganda. If it wasn't so, I was going to block this motion.